Hello, everybody. It is me, Marcus Lamb, one of the hosts of the Last Life podcast, a brand new podcast brought to you by the Magma Cleric Studios, and I am joined today by my other host.
What's up, everybody? It's Jalen. I'm excited to be on this new journey with you guys, and hope we just have a good time.
Alright, so the Last Life podcast, this is where we are doing, the topics are based from video games, comic books, cartoons, nostalgia, live action, or just generally what we want to talk about on his podcast. So stay tuned, strap in, and let's get ready for the ride.
Please don't leave. Please. That's all I have.
He doesn't have a life. I mean,
damn. Okay.
Do you have a life?
That's my last life. Don't laugh at that. That was garbage.
Alright, so our first boss up here. That's right. We are fighting bosses on our last life on this podcast. We're going to see if we can make it all the way through this podcast with one life left. So let's get through these bosses. Yeah. Alright, the first boss of the evening is fighting game character, guest characters. Guest characters in fighting game. Is it getting a little bit too much, or are they doing what needs to be done? So Jalen, take it away.
In all honesty, with the whole topic of fighting game characters, you always try to please the fans.
Right.
But recently, with some of these DLC choices, especially Injustice, they've been giving us characters that no one really asked for.
Right.
I mean, having the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is cool and all, but really, that's not at all close to what we wanted or even expected. And to some, they hate it. Others, like me, I don't really mind it. But, when are we going to get characters like Rorschach or the people that are coming in to affect these actual franchises? Right,
like with everybody's been dying and expecting Spawn to be in it. And to be all honest, I think Spawn is not going to be in Injustice. I think he's going to be more lying of Mortal Kombat 11 when it comes out. Because we all know Mortal Kombat 11's coming out.
I think Spawn's just a bit too brutal for Injustice.
Right.
That rating.
I mean, with the whole exception of, Shazam, Black Adam, throwing cars full of people at Superman and him destroying it with his lasers.
But there's no blood, so it's...
Yeah, that's true.
And we don't see the humans blow up, so it's a T rating.
Yeah, it's very...
Superman blew a hole in Shazam's forehead.
Yeah.
But, for kids.
For kids. It's like everything else is for kids nowadays. Speaking of, guest characters, I mean... a totally out of nowhere guest character for a fighting game that I didn't even think would be on there is Notch from Final Fantasy 15. He is in Tekken 7.
Once again, with this weird, unexpected, not really asked for releases.
And to be honest, I don't think Notch is a good fit for Tekken 7.
Well, it's not even really a matter of fit. My problem is some of these prices are just ridiculous.
Right.
$6 for one character.
Yeah.
That's pushing it right there.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about pushing boundaries with actual money in a second.
Yeah, we will. But I feel like Notch was not a good choice for Tekken 7. I believe if you want to really get into it, I think the person that needed it the most, the absolute most, would have been Zack from Final Fantasy VIII, the fighter.
I would agree with that.
Or Tifa, but I kind of want to get away from Final Fantasy VII because 7 gets enough recognition as it is.
Just a bit too much.
Yeah, I mean they do have a remake coming out at the end of this year. Which I'm probably going to pick up because I've played every single version of it.
Jesus.
Yeah, but, I mean, you have him from Final Fantasy VIII. That would be an excellent choice.
And then Another thing I wanted to bring up with the Ninja Turtles being an Injustice 2, how would they do that? Is it going to be 4 separate characters, or one character that, like, switches out every now and then? Like, how are they really going to do that?
I heard that it is going to be one character, and then they're going to switch out. They're going to have I think it's going to be Leonardo, and his attacks and stuff are going to be the other turtles jumping in.
Okay.
So, I think that would work, like if you're doing your special attack.
Yeah, that could work, but honestly, with the way gaming industries are right now with taking people's money at the moment,
Yeah.
I'm actually a little surprised they didn't go with the whole 4 separate characters for $5 or $6 each.
Yeah, that is true, because,
They could have easily done that, but, I mean, that is respectable for them not to do that.
Right, and then like in Street Fighter, they're not even getting extra characters. That's the one game you want extra characters in.
You'll never get it.
Because like Street Fighter, Capcom loaned out Akuma to Tekken 7, and they have yet to get any characters for Street Fighter 5, and that's kind of bullshit to me.
Oh, yeah.
And I honestly think that if they don't start doing something better, besides releasing just costumes and different color variations, I think the market for Street Fighter 5 is going to go down, except for the tournaments. Yeah. Like Evo.
Oh yeah. For sure. But
it was awesome.
One thing also too, speaking of Capcom, is Marvel versus Capcom.
Right.
Because other companies are going through their differences right now, air quotes around that. They lost like half of their roster with that because no X-Men because of what Fox is going through with Marvel. So
right.
You're already getting less characters, and really these fighting games, I would say after Mortal Kombat 9, the story's just kind of started to fall just a little bit, and I've noticed each time now it's getting less and less progressive and not focusing too much on the player base or the community base, but really just how much money they can make off of these now.
And I feel like if they don't start improving their story, I mean, don't get me wrong, Tekken 7 had a pretty good story, but in the end, it was the same thing that we've seen from all the other Tekkens. It was Kazuha, I keep pronouncing his name wrong.
Nice job.
Versus Heihachi again for the 18th million time.
Yeah. And really, it's like, and also, people are playing games less and less now for the story.
Right.
For just the online.
Right.
Which, that's already showing game creators that, if we focus less on the story, we might make more money by focusing online with it.
Right.
And then, there's people that can't afford online gaming because now you have to pay for subscriptions. You have to pay for the Wi-Fi. Not everybody has internet, and sometimes if they just want to get, a game worth their money, they get a 3-4 hour story.
It's pretty bad because, like, there is no way, I mean, to be all honest, there's no way in hell I would be like, okay, if it's just going to be an online-only game, I'm not going to have anything to do with it. It's a simple reason why I avoided Titanfall. There was no story. It was online only.
Same with Destiny.
Yeah.
First Destiny, and, then those expansions.
Yeah.
And then the final expansion, you have to rebuy the game to get the expansion, costing you another $60.
And here's my problem with that. So I've been wanting to play Destiny. And GameStop has Destiny, has all 4 of the DLC to go with it.
Yeah.
Wrong. You only get the game. You don't get all 4 DLCs, but they package it in the box, in the game box that has all 4 DLCs right there on the front.
See, man, they're just trying to get as much money out of you as they can.
It's the GameStop circle of life.
Oh yeah, which isn't, judging by how many have been closing down recently,
right?
Might not be around much longer.
And I mean, back to like the fighting games. It's just like back in the old days.
We're not that old.
You know, when you had special guest characters in it, it was like a big deal. And I think the only one that makes big deals out of it is Injustice, because they have a whole thing. I mean, Tekken has some with like Geese Howard and which he's from King of Fighters.
Yeah.
And then you have the whole Natsu from Final Fantasy 15, but
oh, yeah, well, with the whole back in the day thing, you actually earned the fighters for
right.
gameplay. It wasn't, hey, give me $6 to get an OP character.
You actually had to whoop ass, and
yeah, you had to work for that shit.
You had to get good,
it's,
son.
Now it's just however much money you can give them.
Yeah, just give me all your money.
Yeah, all of it.
All right, so we're gonna move on to our next boss.
Speaking of taking all of your money,
this boss is gonna take all of your money if you're not careful.
oh yeah, we might not make it.
Yeah. So we barely made it through the fighting boss. So now let's get on to the EA boss and what they are doing, along with DLC versus microtransactions and versus unlockables. Which one is worth more your time? Alright, so, yeah, EA, what the fuck are you doing?
Dude, I had hope for Battlefront 2.
Oh, I did too.
Because when it was announced, microtransactions were not part of the picture.
No.
Like, hey, we got a story. We got twice as many heroes. We got better modes. There's none of this $120 deluxe edition for stuff. We're not even going to tell you what's on it yet. It was promised to be a true sequel and to not disappoint fans. And then, just months before the game comes out, they just show up and just shove their foot right up your ass with those microtransactions. So, yeah, they really dropped the ball with this game. And the fact that this is actually probably one of the worst cases and pushbacks of microtransactions I think I've seen ever.
Just like, oh my god, EA, what the hell are you doing, man? You're losing it here. You guys want us to play your game, but yet you hide everything behind DLC and microtransactions and stuff, and only let us play with a certain character.
Oh yeah, it all started. I think that one guy on Reddit pretty much started it with, he did the math and it would take you 40 hours to get one hero. Yeah. Without paying. That's without paying.
And that's a random hero, too. Not the hero you wanted to get.
One hero for 40 hours, and there's 14 heroes in this game.
Holy shit. That was a heavy blow to EA.
And then, EA was like, oh, we're listening to you guys. We want to deliver the experience that you all want. Well, how about give us a story that isn't generic?
Oh, shit.
3 or 4 hours, and stop putting everything behind fucking loot boxes.
Exactly.
Please,
oh, my God.
I blame mobile gaming.
Yeah, mobile gaming has a lot to do with that.
Mobile gaming showed people that if we charge people extra money for a game they've already downloaded or bought, they'll still do it. They'll eat it right up.
Because apparently we're sheep out here, Well, come on, sheep, let's get all together.
It wouldn't have even gotten this far if people didn't do it.
Right. I mean...
But it's the fact that, so we can charge people $120 for a game with DLC that we haven't even released yet.
Exactly.
And they'll still buy it.
Right.
So in our sequel, let's put every hero behind random loot boxes, and if you pay real money, give them extra credits to get more rare abilities, making whoever pays the most money the strongest player on the battlefront, not the most skilled.
No. Skill, you don't need skill.
You don't need
Skill's for losers.
Well, you got $40, that you can cough up right there.
You got your parents' credit card.
Oh, yeah.
We need your parents' credit card.
What killed me the most was the dude in Hawaii right now who's trying to sue EA or get some legal punishment for teaching kids how to gamble.
Right, and this obviously this isn't the first time EA's done this.
Oh no, EA.
No, EA's done this plenty of times.
I'm sick of your shit.
You know, I believe EA is behind the BioShock games. Let's see.
Yes.
I'm gonna Google. Google is your best friend.
I know EA's behind Battlefield.
Yeah, because
speaking of Battlefield, I gotta bring up this thing that's recently happened with the. Well, it's not recent, but it was the Ultimate Collector's Box for Battlefield 1. It comes with a steel box for the game, but not the game itself, and it was a $130 deal. So what they wanted you to do at the time was buy the $130 Ultimate Collector's set without the game, though, and then go to a store and buy the actual game and just put it in the box that comes with the Ultimate Collector's set, costing you a little over $190 just for a game and a statue and a few other little trinkets.
Yeah, that's like some bullshit. Because we sell it at the store,
oh, yeah,
and it's the first Battlefield, which no one's playing.
For $24.
Exactly. I mean,
that just shows you the longevity of these games now.
And EA didn't make BioShock. It's 2K that made
2K,
BioShock,
yeah.
which, you know, 2K does have a problem like EA does about hiding stuff behind microtransactions.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking at you, EA, for, not EA, 2K for BioShock Infinite. You want to know the ending? Buy the DLC and play
$10,
it.
please. Like, it's getting to the point of stupidity.
It really is.
It's so ridiculous that we've let it go this far, and you know, and then them removing all the microtransactions temporarily.
Right, which
know?
I mean, this it leads into the little mini boss that we're going up against right now. With DLC versus microtransactions versus unlockables. See, I come from a generation where unlockables were in almost every game.
Oh yeah, unlockables that's what made you play the game, like
and get better at it.
Yeah, I mean, I remember, you know, the original Lego Star Wars.
Right. Might as well be Marvel. It's owned by Disney.
That's all owned. What isn't owned by Disney at this point?
Your ass.
We're all gonna own you down here, but you know, it was, you know, I loved going back and replaying to get all those mini kits, to get the characters, to get the coins, not necessarily because trophies weren't a thing back then.
No,
it was just to do it because it was fun to do, and it gave you something to do.
Like one of my favorite games that I had to unlock everything in was a PlayStation 1 game called Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Battle 22. You literally had to play the game another 22 times to unlock everybody else.
Oh yeah.
But that just made you get better at the game.
But then there's these shit games like Godzilla for the PS4.
Yeah.
Where you don't want to do it, and it's a random achievement too. So it's like you do all this work and you don't even know what you're getting for it.
Hey, see, like, I mean, don't get us wrong. I like DLC if it's done right.
You want to talk about doing DLC right? CD Projekt Red with The Witcher 3.
Right.
Their DLC was amazing because it was all free except the 2 or 3 expansions they have for it.
Right.
But they were $15 for like another 80 hours of gameplay with new characters, monsters, a new map.
Right.
Side missions,
that's
stories.
done right.
That is how you do DLC. Make it worth our money. I'm not going to give you money on credits to get a random perk or a random character that I might not even want.
Well, it's just like to me the one that had a good DLC was Arkham City with Batman.
Arkham City was pretty good
because you got a Catwoman.
For $10, you got
the Catwoman mission. You got the you got the Harley Quinn mission.
For about 10, 15.
And then you got all the little Riddler missions with the different characters. However, my thing is with like the costumes and characters, that could have been unlockable.
Unlockables, like, do an inverted takedown leading to a smoke bomb drop, like do a certain task a certain way on a certain enemy or something.
Yeah, and you can get that.
Make us work for it. I want to get, games aren't supposed to be a breeze, I want to get frustrated every now and then, so I feel that sense of accomplishment once I do something.
There needs to be a equal and fun challenge to make us to keep replaying it.
And don't make these games multiplayer centric, because not everybody, has access to that.
And you don't it's not like how it used to be.
Oh yeah.
Because like multiplayer eccentric games are like few and far between, because now everything is online, which at first we all thought was like, this is going to be awesome. I can play with a guy in China.
Oh yeah.
Years later, it's like, all right, I'm playing with a guy from Australia. It's nothing now.
It's like, man, I wish this game had split screen.
Right.
Like Halo 5.
Oh my God.
One of the pioneer franchises of split screen shooters. And Halo 5 does not have split screen shooters because the developers thought it would be more convenient.
Right.
To do it with network only.
And they don't even have DLC for it anymore.
Oh, no.
You used to be able to buy maps for...
What happened to the nights where, you just spent the night at your friend's house, 3 or 4 of you, destroying some people and the old school Call of Duties,
exactly,
Halos, the old fighters, I want those feelings back, but now it's like just sit in your bedroom for 12 hours a day,
right?
With
because
a headset, talking about how some dude fucked your mom,
or get called a little bitch, and all this, because there's no humanizing effects to this because of all this stuff, and the DLC that comes with this just further pushes us away, because it's like, okay, it's more multiplayer stuff. It's multiplayer stuff.
And,
it's more multiplayer stuff. And then microtransactions, that really started with the mobile games, the phone games.
For sure, Clash of Clans.
That game's addictive.
It is. I hate to admit it, but damn, they get you with that money so hard.
Though, they do.
Because they will make it so painful to get through without spending money.
Right. It's like you want to get some more gold to get more troops going. Yeah, spend about $20. Hell, spend about $100. $100.
Oh, yeah.
And you can get 100,000 rubies or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
The special coins to buy the special stuff. But all the special stuff costs 50 to 100 and stuff like that. So you're going to burn through all your gold and stuff that you literally just freaking bought.
These parents giving their kids access to their credit cards or them stealing.
Right.
That's what, that dude in Hawaii's so pissed about with EA is because all these kids are now charging their parents' credit cards for this money because, I want to play this on solo, but I don't want to have to work for 40 hours. Which,
exactly.
Don't tell me that's earning through progression and giving a sense of, fulfillment, because that's 40 hours. No one has 40 hours.
Yeah, and then they're trying to play the victim. They literally created a couple of accounts to send them death threats.
Yeah, just so they'd be like, hey, we're not completely the bad guys here. It might be some of you. And
yeah.
It's
no, it's not the fans. It's you.
There's that report that the main reason they got rid of the microtransactions is because Disney forced them to because they didn't agree with their policies.
No, what it was is you guys got your ass handed to you. You got backed up into a corner, and this shit bit you in the ass, and you fucking know it bit you in the ass.
And then, them doing that Reddit meeting.
Right.
You just dug your own grave with that. I don't know why you thought that was a good idea, because...
I don't possibly see EA pulling out of this one with a clean slate.
Oh, no.
I think if they do make a Star Wars Battlefront 3, I think it's going to get heavy damage because their selling point to Battlefield 2 is it has a story.
Yeah. I was in GameStop the other day getting a game, and there we
go, GameStop.
Oh yeah, GameStop. ancient phrase nowadays. But, this girl was in front of me wanting to get a game for, like, her cousin or something, and she asked the guy, she was like, he loves Star Wars. What's out that's Star Wars? He's like, well, Battlefront 2's out. It has a single player now. When the main selling point of your game is, hey, we got a 3 to 4 hour single player.
That's that shit.
You've ruined it. Like, you have reached the lowest, scummiest sections of gaming.
Yeah. We've got story. You like story, don't you? You said you wanted it in the first one.
And, that's the thing that sucks ass is, like, we're giving you what you wanted, just not the way you wanted it.
Exactly.
So, technically, they did give us what we asked for, but it's not the way we wanted it or anyone wanted it.
Right, and I believe, because they've done it better. They have done it way better.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's
Sound it out.
I think it was called Battlefront Commander for Star Wars. It was released for like the PS2 and the original Xbox.
Oh yeah.
Let's see if I can find it here, because let's see, Battlefront Galaxy Heroes. Just looking through this, they have like so many games out there. Like, honestly, I want a home port of Star Wars: The Knights of the Old Republic. I
want a remake of that.
Give me a third one. That's what I want.
And then, that fan-made Battlefront 3 game that was a direct sequel of the original Battlefront 2 was taken off of Steam because of copyright infringement between Disney and EA. But then you got to think, like, this Battlefront 2, the original, came out.
Yeah, came out for the PlayStation 2.
Because there's 2005, right?
Right.
No DLC, engaging story, massive ground and space battles at release, no microtransactions, unlockables.
It was fucking amazing.
I don't think we're ever going to beat it.
No,
I really don't.
And then they followed it up with Republic Commando, which was like
another classic
first-person shooter that you command your squad. You get to command a squad. It's not just you against everybody else.
Battlefront EA looks perfect.
Right.
It looks and sounds amazing. It succeeds with that, but. You remember this game that came out a few years ago? It was called The Order 1886.
Yes, I played it. It's horrible.
It's terrible, but it looks beautiful.
It's a beautiful movie.
I feel like the people that made that and the people that made Battlefront are like whacking each other off right now.
Which, Halo 5 is a beautiful movie because there's
you fight.
You don't fight. You watch cutscenes.
You watch the cutscenes, but they're like, oh, the game looks beautiful. That means it's great.
Right, no, that doesn't mean it's great.
I would rather play the shittiest looking 8-bit game ever, but if it had great gameplay, like Undertale.
Yes, oh my god, Undertale is amazing.
We'll save that for a different one, but
yes.
Just as an example, just, how looks aren't everything.
Yeah, it's...
Now, it's a plus, for sure.
Right, it's like...
But if the game sucks ass...
Right, it's like having a super hot... awesome girlfriend who's like wears next to nothing and stuff, but she's dumb as hell, and this is gonna get a little sexist, but she's dumb as hell, and she's a bitch, a complete bitch to you throughout the time. You're not gonna want to sit there and go, well, let me buy you some more stuff. You want some more plastic surgery? Let me get you some more plastic surgery. EA, you are the super hot girlfriend that is really a dumb bitch.
She's only dating you for your money.
Yes.
That is what EA is.
You are a gold digger, my friend.
People give Ubisoft shit because they keep making the same games over and over again.
Exactly.
But at least there, you get content for $60.
And you can't even come up with a creative title. You literally took Battlefront and Battlefront 2 from your previous games that you released.
When I told a dude, hey, have you played Battlefront 2? I was talking about the original. He's like, no, not that EA one. I have to say Battlefront EA now. Yeah. I cannot say Battlefront or Battlefront 2, I have to put EA so people know.
Right.
I'm talking about the shittier cousin.
Yeah, not the fucking grand one that was during the golden age.
It's like, it's just a travesty.
Cause game companies, they do all have their golden age moments. They all have where they're like, holy shit, dude, have you played the EA games?
Oh, yeah.
Like, they have their moments.
EA was the master back then. I mean,
they were
like, when EA and Ubisoft first came out, I remember people were like, man, this is gonna revolutionize it. Even Activision.
Right, Activision, which broke away from EA, because that was a crew from EA themselves.
Right.
They broke away from it and became Activision because they didn't want to keep. I think EA didn't want to do Medal of Honor anymore.
Yeah,
and they broke away from it and like
bring that back.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was pretty decent.
Well, the last game that they tried, they brought back Medal of Honor. I think it was a few years ago, and it just flopped.
Well, yeah.
It flopped hard because it was not a good game.
They didn't try. It was a throwaway to make them money back to pay bills and shit. Which,
it was just a game that made you go, oh no, no.
One thing I like now is reviewers are starting to get less tolerant of this stuff, because I remember when the first Battlefront came out, no one talked. No reviewer that I saw anyway talked about that $120 expansion that gave you the DLC that you didn't know what it was and the gun.
Right.
Gave you Han Solo's gun for $120, the strongest gun in the game at release. So you didn't have to work for it. No one talked about this game. Every reviewer is talking about it, saying these microtransactions, this horrible progression, this terrible story. It looks great, it sounds great, but the core mechanics are just garbage. They fixed the actual gameplay, but not the experience.
And like in the first one, the one of the key selling points was having challenging boss characters that would appear on the field, and they were doing a gameplay footage of it at E3. And they're like, oh, here comes Luke Skywalker. He's so, this is one of those challenging bosses that, can kill you in like one or two hits.
Oh, yeah.
But you just got to keep running around him and dodging him. And it really puts you to the challenge. And he gets stepped on by an AT-AT.
That was hysterical.
That was hilarious.
The best thing ever. Which, it has its moments.
It does.
It has its moments of fun, because it was fun in the first one when I was on Hoth and I finally got Luke, even though it was a stupid token.
Right.
I finally got him, charged at Vader, beat the shit out of him, then, 20 seconds later, we defeated the AT-ATs.
Right,
it has some fun moments, but, that thought in the back of your head, you're not going to be that great unless you give us some of that, microtransaction.
Give us some of your money. Let me see your money. And it's just, It's nerve-wracking. All right, so that's enough bashing EA. We've
fuck you, EA. Give us your money, damn it.
Yeah, where's your money at, EA?
Yeah, man, I want money for that assault.
Yeah, that we just got sexually assaulted because that you raped us without our consent,
okay. EA. All right, chill out.
Oh, okay. So so we're kicking the boss while he's down. So we're gonna move on to the next boss, and the next boss
spitting on the boss at that point.
Yeah, just die. All right, so we've survived that one. We're moving on to the next one, which is streaming. Everything's streaming now. Everything's starting to go streaming.
Everything's going streaming now, but I don't see that necessarily as a bad thing. I do for TV producers.
I do too.
Because streaming is honestly pulling out some better TV shows than
cable is.
Than cable is being able to do, because they're getting a bigger budget.
Because I do see it killing off cable.
Oh, it's slowly killing off cable. I know Arrow still has its viewers, but I know a lot of people that, when Marvel started coming out with Daredevil, Page and Jessica Jones, and now Punisher.
Holy crap, Netflix. Now Punisher.
When they started coming out with that, everybody was like, Arrow's not that great. It's not. I still got some people that love it.
Which really, to be honest, Arrow is really not that great. The first 2 seasons were good.
The first 2 seasons were amazing, but the second Daredevil came out, I was like, why am I still...
Yeah,
it's like going...
I think it's like on its 8th season now, 8th or 9th.
Is it? I thought it was on like its 6th.
No, it's been out for a good while.
It's on its 6th because the 5th season just came out on Netflix.
Okay,
so they're on their 6th.
Yeah.
I think. I don't see. That's what I'm saying.
Because it's.
And then it's like, these seasons being like 20 episodes long, the amount of filler, and then these streaming shows, only have like 10, 13 a season.
Right, which is great for, for TV producers. It's like, hey, I got 13 episodes. I can make them. Yeah, I can put more budget into them. I can make them an hour long.
More character development, more production value, and it's just kind of killing it right now.
Right, and I honestly think that these new streaming stuff that's coming up is going to be the death of cable.
I don't think anything's really ever going to kill cable. I don't, but I will say cable, because once Disney releases their streaming in 2019, cable is going to take a hit.
Yeah, for sure. Because I know Disney has gone on record saying that if their streaming network is a hit, that they are most likely going to pull their shows off of cable.
And also, I heard the price of it's actually going to be drastically cheaper. That is from the words of one of the CEOs of Disney. He said, drastically cheaper than Netflix. We're going to go drastically cheaper so more people can enjoy our service. See, that is straight from Mickey.
Straight from Mickey. But yeah, I mean, and some of this is good, some of this is bad. Like when Disney comes up, they're obviously going to take a lot of that Marvel stuff to their Disney streaming stuff, except for
on Netflix right now. They said any person not established on Netflix will not appear on a Netflix show. So anyone hoping for a Moon Knight TV show,
you need to get that shit out before.
Fuck yourself. You're not. It's gonna be on Disney and it's gonna be PG-13. It's gonna be kid friendly.
He's gonna be wearing Mickey Mouse ears.
Mickey's gonna be working. Mickey's gonna be the villain.
Mickey's the villain in all of them.
Thankfully, the ones we do have on Netflix are not going anywhere.
So
far.
Like Kingpin in the Daredevil series.
You can't put that on Disney.
No,
don't you dare put that on Disney.
No. He is not secretly the owner. He's not the big hot shot. He's working for Mickey.
He's working for Mickey.
He's working for Mickey.
Mickey beats that money out of him all the time.
We just haven't got to that point in the season because, season 3 hasn't dropped. That might be the big...
Mickey might show up in season 3.
Mickey might show up as the guy who gives Kingpin all his
orders and shit. It might be Mickey.
So, but yeah, I mean, it's great because not only, Netflix, you got, Hulu services out there. Hulu, and they stream, TV shows.
And you get, I remember one of the reasons I got Hulu is because I'm still a huge South Park watcher. And you get the episode of South Park hours after it airs.
Right.
So you don't have to worry about catching it on TV.
And they don't... I mean, I'm pretty sure they do to make room, but they don't delete a lot of their shows Netflix does.
Netflix does a monthly cleanse.
Yeah, and that pisses me off because I like watching cooking shows that aren't on there. I like watching Chopped.
Chopped, yeah, it's on Hulu now. Pretty much if it left Netflix, it probably went to Hulu.
Yeah, it'd probably be on Hulu.
I noticed that mainly, with cooking shows. It was every cooking show that left Netflix went to Hulu. Saw a few movies go there.
Right. I mean, and God bless them. God bless them. Cartoon Network. Well, I don't even know what the fuck you're doing. Your streaming services.
That new CEO of Cartoon Network.
She's killing it.
She's ruined it.
The only good show that's on there that is left, and I hate to say this, I really do, is Teen Titans Go. Because she's pouring all of her money into Teen Titans Go.
Teen Titans Go.
Can go fuck.
Teen Titans Go Fuck Yourself. That's the name of the show now. It's Teen Titans Go Fuck Yourself.
We're not Last Life podcast. We're Teen Titans Go Fuck Yourself.
That is basically what that show is like. I saw a meme the other day. It was like if Marvel did a TV show. It's Teen Titans.
Yeah.
Show. DC did one. It was the original Teen Titans show.
Well, it's Marvel kind of did have its. Marvel did it first because they kind of had their Teen Titans Go with Marvel superheroes.
Oh yeah.
The little chibi versions of themselves.
Oh, yeah.
And it was. I mean, it had its moments just like Teen Titans Go has its moments.
But,
when you're a fan, the fan can bring him a can. So, the fan song, basically. It's ridiculous.
Okay.
It's ridiculous. But, like, Cartoon Network is doing a piss poor job with their streaming.
And they keep remaking these shows that we love. Like the Powerpuff Girls
my
thing.
God.
I loved it. I loved when they brought the new one. And it was a black girl, and everybody got pissed because it was to fit the agenda of 2017.
Yeah.
And then she's only in that special and then leaves. Like, they made such a big deal out of bringing her as a new member, and then she leaves at the end of the freaking special.
And that's my thing. Cartoon Network, like the new Powerpuff Girls, they're afraid to take chances. Back in the day, they wasn't afraid to take chances.
Some of their shows got dark.
It really did.
The original Teen Titans got real.
Yeah, when fucking Slade show up and beat his ass.
That whole Red X story.
Oh yeah.
And then when Terra came up.
Oh dude, Terra! Oh my God, I still get a little
they were getting
emotional
some right there. I don't go that far with it, but they got real with it,
and they get real with it real fast.
That show brought it all.
Okay, so Boomerang. When I say Cartoon Network Boomerang, what do you think when I say that Cartoon Network Boomerang?
Like show wise?
Yeah, like what do you think when I tell you?
Jetsons, Flintstones, the original Scooby Doo.
So do you think Adventure Time? Do you think Teen Titans Go Season 1, Season 2? Or, any of the shit that's come out like last year? Yeah, on Boomerang, that's all they fucking show.
Oh yeah. Isn't Boomerang an app now? It's not even like its own channel.
It's not a channel anymore. It's an app and you can't even watch the new stuff. So it's a free app.
Yeah.
But the episodes cost.
Oh yeah, the episodes cost, and you don't get them in HD quality.
No, you get them in poor quality, and they have ads.
Oh yeah, it's like if Hulu had a shitty cousin.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying the Cartoon Network and the Boomerang app, the Cartoon Network app in general is the streaming service is just shit.
It's garbage. And then Teen Titans Go is getting a movie.
Yes. Oh my God.
Is it coming out in theaters?
It is. It is coming out in theaters. No. Which, to be honest, the one movie that should have came out in theaters was Hey Arnold, the Jungle movie.
Still haven't seen that yet. I'll get to it, but that show, if they remake Ed, Edd n Eddy, that is when I'm going to march to Cartoon Network Studios with a torch.
Yeah, I'd be like, nope.
It's burning. We're gonna burn it all. What is Michael B. Jordan saying? The Black Panther trailer. I've waited my whole life for this.
Yeah.
We're gonna burn it all.
It's just like, fucking A. I mean, just go up there and be like, you're burning my childhood. I'm gonna burn your studio.
Okay, I'm gonna stop that before they call the cops saying I'm threatening them with arson.
Restart your damn shit. Get your shit together.
It really is getting to the point now of what 3-year-old can we entertain?
Exactly.
What person can we entertain? Now, how are we going to distract a toddler for a little bit?
But the thing is, they could have a great streaming service.
Easily.
Because kids nowadays, they're so busy watching YouTube, watching PewDiePie, watching Jack...
Spadici. As PewDiePie calls him.
Spadici or...
not
Septiceye. Not him, but
the other
Logan Paul.
Yeah, that dude.
Yeah, that dude.
Yeah, because that dude sounds like Jack Septiceye.
They watch those people, Logan Paul, they watch PewDiePie, they watch all this stuff, all this crap that's these guys are like, I'm sorry, these guys are like human fucking feces on the face of
I
fucking
wonder how
Earth.
much shit you're gonna get for saying
I
that.
don't give a shit.
Yes,
These
you
people.
Do. You do care.
No, these people know they're pieces of shit that should not be alive on this fucking Earth. No, we've had Bam Margera. Bam Margera, and we had Jackass, okay? Those guys,
for like 2 seconds,
those guys are not as bad. Not as bad as fucking Logan Paul and this other piece of trash.
Logan Paul, okay, PewDiePie, yeah, that's different. Well, I feel for the dude at times, honestly, because I think he gets sometimes unnecessary hate. Yes, he says stupid shit a lot. But
and racist, stupid shit.
These people are acting like they've never said it or heard it.
Exactly.
I get it's because he's the most famous YouTuber, I get it.
Right.
But there are way worse people out there than him. He's never physically hurt anyone, except that thing where he said kill the Jews.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that.
Kill the Jews.
That is a different topic, but what I'm saying is, I don't wish harm upon these people.
I don't either. I just think they're horrible pieces of trash.
Said they shouldn't be alive.
Well, I'm not going to physically go out there and kill them, but they shouldn't be alive.
That's taking it a bit far, but I just wish they would stop focusing on making content just to make content and actually focus on the quality, because, I think your reception would be better, even if it was shit. Like, as long as you tried.
Right, because, technically YouTube is a streaming service, but it's free.
Oh, well, YouTube Red might take over
anytime
now.
Which I don't have a problem with YouTube Red. Hell, I'm using YouTube Red now. I like YouTube Red. I like to be able to, back out of YouTube and still be able to listen to the person talk or whatever. Yeah. If it's like a podcast or if it's like Markiplier and stuff.
Self-advertising, get YouTube Red to listen to us without watching the blank screen.
There you go. But yeah, I just think that streaming services is going to be the final nail in the coffin for cable. Just like cable was the final coffin for satellite.
Radio. Satellite's taking over cable right now. Because it's fancier.
True, but satellite used to be that huge freaking UFO in your freaking front yard.
Yeah, now it's a plate.
Yeah.
Which it's actually pretty remarkable when you think about it.
It is. I mean,
we haven't gotten hoverboards yet.
Except for satellite. Don't ever get satellite internet. That shit is awful. It is god awful.
We'll talk about what internet is sponsor later.
Right. But yeah, speaking of DC and stuff, Young Justice is getting brought back. That's a thing.
I can't wait. Along with the Titans live action show, which it was smart they didn't call it Teen Titans.
Right.
Because I saw some people losing their shit over some of the casting. But if you pay attention, it's not called Teen Titans, it's called Titans.
Which they're all going to be adult.
Well, there's still teens in it.
Okay.
But they got some adults, like, I know Raven,
right.
But Robin, he's going to be Nightwing.
Okay.
And he's like in his 20s or, So.
Right. Well, I mean, it makes sense.
So that's cool and all. And they're also doing that adult animated Harley Quinn show.
Yeah.
Please don't get Margot Robbie back for that. Because I'm hearing rumors that she might voice her.
No.
Please don't do it.
I need a bubbly voice. I don't need a person
get Tara Strong back.
Please get Tara Strong back. She's the only Harley Quinn that needs to be on there.
Well,
or the lady from Big Bang Theory who...
her voice, she sounded too monotone. Like, it was like a deeper version, which... I don't know. It took some getting used to, and I don't think...
Yeah.
I don't hate it, but I don't love it, It's like...
Yeah, and then again, it was, kind of odd, because, in the animated Batman universe, she was fighting with Batman and Robin when Robin was still a boy.
Yeah, now he's Nightwing, but this isn't like a sequel to the show. It's just drawn the same way.
And it's... I don't even know how to...
But, I'm hoping the show goes well, and I want to know what they mean by adult. Do they mean, TV-14 or MA?
I really hope they go for an MA, because a lot of her titles are MA, and, she is, unfortunately, heavily sexualized, which is both a good and bad thing,
Oh, yeah. That was your awkward moment for the day.
Yeah, awkward.
Actually, I think that was a bit more awkward than me saying.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I honestly believe that.
And you know, streaming it's cheaper.
It really is.
You know, you're paying like $80, $100. Some people, I know some people that pays like $200 for his satellite and the internet combined.
Yeah, that's
where you can get Netflix, Hulu, Disney because it's probably going to be cheaper. WB, you can get all that for like under $50.
Right, and in my house, we run off of the internet. We took cable out completely, and everybody just watches Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon. Amazon's coming up.
They're doing that Lord of the Rings show, which, by God, do not fuck this up.
Do not, because there are so many Lord of the Rings fans. In fact, I'm going to name drop here. Our good friend who used to work with us, Kayla Rogers, is a huge time Lord of the Rings fan. Yeah. So, you know.
Please don't. I just hope their budget can cover it. They said they're getting like a movie style budget, but
right. I hope they bring Peter Jackson in for at least an episode or two.
They said it's going to take place before Fellowship and actually expand on stories for certain characters.
Okay, so it's going to take between The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, because I'm sorry, Peter Jackson, there was no 3 books. It was 1 Hobbit book.
Which, to be fair, there's a lot of shit in that book. And we'll talk about Peter Jackson maybe in the next episode.
Yeah.
Maybe that could be the topic for the next one.
Probably.
Just Tolkien.
Yeah, just have a little Tolkien talk.
But,
Take a little Tolk.
You know, these streaming services now, they're just kicking ass with everything.
They really are.
Hell, even Netflix has more original content than I think they do
movies
other stuff now.
Yeah.
Like, the Castlevania show.
Oh my God, yes.
I'm not the biggest anime dude, but I liked it.
Yeah, I liked
it.
I mean, they're even coming out with their own anime. Speaking of anime, I've seen a bunch of different Netflix originals slap on there. And speaking of Netflix original, fucking Voltron.
Oh yeah.
Defenders of the Universe. That show is my shit.
It's pretty legit. And you know, I'm hearing now even like kid shows. They're doing all these kid shows. Right. And parents now are getting Netflix because,
you know, it's.
I mean, that's pretty sad when Nickelodeon doesn't play as good kid shit.
Right.
As Netflix.
I wish they'd bring it back. They used to have Cartoon Network shows on there. Ed and Eddie used to be on there. Johnny Bravo used to be on there.
That is true. There was a time where that was a major selling point.
So, yeah, I mean, streaming, I think is going to be the way to go in the future.
It kind of is becoming the way already.
Right.
It's just more affordable.
All right, so our next boss that we're going to discuss, and then we are going to close out the podcast, is Thor Ragnarok versus Justice League.
I can already hear the comments like, oh, it's not a fight, you fucking losers.
Which one was the better movie in our opinions? Now, no, yes, in the comments and stuff, this is our opinions. We are people who like to discuss this.
I'm going to start by saying I loved both of them.
Yes.
So before I complain about anything in either movie, I loved and had fun with both of them.
Yes. Oh my God. They were just holy crap.
I am seeing both of them a second time in the theaters sometime.
Yes, I'm going to be right there with you seeing them a second time. I know my wife wants to see Thor again, and I want to see Thor again.
I do, and honestly, I want to see Justice League again.
Yes, both of them to me were like a fun ride from the straight from the beginning.
And nothing's perfect.
No, nothing.
I don't want to see people like, oh man, Thor was the perfect movie. I think people are, and I'm going to say it, people are probably being a little nicer to Thor because the first two
were awful.
Were pretty shit. They were some. The first one was Chris Hemsworth, the movie. The second one was Thor Has Trouble on Earth, the movie.
Right.
Like it was. They were just really, uneventful.
And technically, you can be like, well, Thor: The Dark World. The second one was could have been just called, we're setting up for the Adventures in Infinity War. Here's the Soul Gem.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, really, Loki was like the best thing to come out of those movies. But
I love the fact that they got the actors to come back for the Thor Dark World when Loki's walking around with Thor and he transforms into other characters. But that's neither here nor there. Thor Ragnarok. Thoughts on Thor Ragnarok, and then we'll go on to thoughts with Justice League, and we'll give
I thought Thor was just a fun time. It really was. I was not bored for 1 second. I thought the events in this one had a much larger effect.
Right.
Because, like, I'm going a little off topic, but like Iron Man 3.
Right.
That movie, to me, did not feel like it affected the MCU in any way whatsoever.
I don't think so either.
It felt like...
It's alright.
It felt like a side mission, you know?
Right. I think that...
It didn't feel essential. Like, that could have been like, you know how they do like novel spin-offs?
Yeah.
It could have been something like that. But I felt like Thor Ragnarok, by the end, had a much bigger effect.
Right.
On the grand scheme of things.
Now, I liked Hela in this one. Hela was hot. Hela was hot.
It was something, I don't know what it was.
But to me, she started off real strong, but she kind of ended on a poor.
Started great, but then she had the classic superhero villain syndrome where they just show up. Hey, I'm evil.
Oh, by the way, spoilers, everybody. If you haven't seen it, but spoilers. But yeah, you know, it's
she just shows up. Hey, I'm evil. I don't like the world because I'm evil.
Yeah, because my dad locked me away. He locked you away because you was evil.
I'm not going to show up for another 45 minutes. Hey, remember me? I'm evil.
Exactly. You know.
That's no. She did a great job. Kate Blanchett did a great job. She's honestly, just for style and like, you know, everything alone. She's probably her and Vulture. Were probably the two villains that I was not expecting.
Oh, Vulture was so good. Vulture was good.
One of the lamer villains was turned into a.
Well, it's Michael fucking Keaton.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Batman.
You know, you got Batman playing.
He turns anything. I don't think.
Have you seen his movie Birdman?
Yes.
Oh my God.
I do not think he can give a bad performance.
I don't think so either, because you know Michael Keaton, he's pretty spot on as he gets older. Except for RoboCop, I will give him that. The new RoboCop he was in, I want to say that's about one of his few blemishes he's got on this.
Well, back to Thor though. I don't blame Kate Blanchett for that at all. She did great with what she had.
I think one of her shining moments, but as I said, I want to give it her shining moment, but I think it would have been like a holy shit. More of a holy shit moment if they didn't play it like constantly throughout the trailers and stuff for Thor when she grabs his hammer and breaks it.
They swallowed that real quick. Like, that, honestly, if they had never shown that,
could have been like, oh shit!
Which will actually get into Justice League in a second about spoiling things in trailers, but. I think they honestly should never have shown Thor's hammer get destroyed.
No, I think they should have left that as a surprise moment.
Kept it. But I'm glad Heimdall finally got a few moments of glory.
Yes.
Even though I still wish he would just die so he could play Green Lantern.
Heimdall for
John Stewart, Green Lantern. Please.
Heimdall for Marvel vs. Capcom DC.
Oh my God.
DLC.
But it was just a fun time. I thought Hulk was amazing.
Hulk was hilarious.
Was a standout.
Yeah, she was.
Because no one was really expecting much. Because when you cast, I'm not trying to get racially correct or anything like that, but when you cast like a normally white character in the comics as a person of color, that already pisses some people off. But for me, it's just more satisfying when the person is loved after the movie. Because it's like the ultimate middle finger.
Which I hope is what happens with Domino in Deadpool 2 because
she looks nothing like Domino.
She does not.
I didn't know that was Domino until I saw the tagline saying that was Domino.
Right. But
Thor, it was just a fun time. I thought Chris Hemsworth finally looked like he was having fun with it.
So you give it like what, 2 thumbs up?
I do my scalings on like 1 to 10 because I feel like the 1 to 5 or the thumbs up thing is like kind of limiting.
Right.
Because if I do a 3, it sounds low, but it's actually good. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or like in the middle. Or if I say 2.5, it's like, ugh, he hated it, but it's like a 50 normally.
Right.
I give this movie a very, very high 8.
Okay.
Like, close to a 9. Like I said, the whole Marvel villain problem, they still, with their one-off villains. Now, people like Loki and stuff, amazing because they keep coming back so they get more time to evolve and stuff.
Right. And like with me, I'd have to, if I'm honest with it, there were a tad bit of scenes where like that felt a little bit dragged on.
Oh, there were a few times.
Like when he was spinning around. That was
the chain at the beginning.
Yeah, that to me felt a little.
The second time, I was like, all right, and then he kept doing it. I was like,
yeah, that felt a little tagged on. So I'd have to give it a 7.5.
7.5.
So I mean, it's not an 8, but it's not like completely down there.
Yeah.
I give it a 7.5.
I had a smile on my face the whole time.
I did too. I think it's a good, enjoyable.
I'm buying it on Blu-ray.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Oh yeah.
I'm getting that one.
So Justice League now. Now we're gonna get on to the Justice League matters.
The most controversial movie.
Yeah.
I think made this year.
Yeah. Critics fucking hate it.
The fans loved it, but are now starting to kind of turn on it.
Yeah, and I don't see why though.
It's so hypocritical because everybody's like, hey, let's get the Zack Snyder cut. Bet you money those are the same people that when Batman vs. Superman came out said, hey, let's fire Zack Snyder.
Yeah, because like I'm one of the people, I don't like Zack Snyder. I don't like Zack Snyder anyways. I didn't like him. The only one I think he ever did good was 300.
I loved 300. I loved Watchmen, even though Watchmen, yes, was like 20 minutes too long.
Oh my God, Watchmen bored me to sleep.
It didn't bore me, thankfully, because I was at that age.
Right.
Like movies like that intrigued me, but that was a long ass movie.
Yeah, and I literally fell asleep twice through it.
You gotta admit, Snyder sets up shots.
He does set up shots.
Better than most. And honestly, I just think people hate it so much because he takes these characters in such dark places.
Well, I don't think it's not that he takes them in such dark places, but that he takes them to a point where, okay, we all know that's not gonna. Batman would never do that. We all know Superman would never fucking do that.
Which I don't mind. It's showing that like not all heroes are these perfect roses, peaches, and cupcakes. You know, that we sometimes think they are. Like sometimes heroes now, Batman mowing down people with a machine gun in the warehouse, that is subjective.
Right.
I kind of like Batman not taking shit from anything because.
Right. Well, I mean, he's technically based off the Dark Knight Batman.
Yeah, the Dark Knight Returns. So that's all fine and good, but I don't know. I just think Zack Snyder it's just unfair. Like, everything that's just going on with it.
But yeah, so, like, with Justice League is a fun movie.
It's a fun movie. This plot is not overly complicated.
It is not as easy to follow.
There are some rush scenes because of the 2 hours. It is the shortest DC movie, I think, ever. Just about, but...
I have a couple of problems with it.
No, inevitably, there's going to be problems.
Like, with me... I have to wear glasses and stuff, and the CG that they used for Cyborg before he got the upgrade and stuff, which even the upgrade somewhat hurt my eyes, but the CG did not look good on him, it physically hurt me to look at Cyborg.
I think it looked way better than it did in the trailers.
Oh yeah,
because I noticed in the trailers they kept showing not finished footage.
Right.
So it looked way better in the movie. And
my other thing is, I honestly think Aquaman's attitude should have been swapped with Cyborg's. He should have been a more serious, I'm supposed to be this king of Atlantis. I really don't want this.
I love the direction they took.
Oh yeah.
I do. But
it's a great, but I don't...
any chance of Lobo showing up? It's completely gone because he basically was if Lobo was Aquaman.
Exactly, and I honestly, I don't see him as Aquaman. I could not see him as Aquaman. I thought he was a funny guy. I liked him in the movie. I thought he was great and everything.
I thought he was great as Aquaman. I'm even more excited to see a solo movie just to see what they do with it.
But I don't want him to be just nothing but jokes and because
no, of course not.
I want him to be the king of Atlantis. I want him to be that serious guy when it comes time to be serious.
I want him to keep that rogue attitude though.
The rogue attitude's great and everything.
I don't know, just because that means he's not going to take shit from people, you know?
Right, but I don't want it 24/7. I want that I'm the fucking king of Atlantis. I will fuck your shit up.
Oh yeah, inevitably that will happen.
But I think his attitude should have been Cyborg's attitude. He was very monotone. He was very.
Now that we know he's only been Cyborg for maybe a week.
No, he was Cyborg for a year.
Well, actually, that's another timeline thing they messed up.
Yeah.
I noticed, because in Batman vs Superman, we're watching the video footage and he's already made.
Yeah.
Or being made. He's pretty much done.
Yeah.
But then in Justice League, they're like, after Superman's death, we created you. So I'm like, wait a second.
No.
How did okay. See, we got some mix up here because in Batman vs Superman, he was already made.
Yeah.
Way before Superman died.
And I think they said it's been like a year since he's been dead.
Mm-hmm. But I get it though.
Or at least a couple of months, because Wonder Woman takes place between Batman and Justice League. I almost said Young Justice for some odd reason. That'd be an awesome live action show if they did it.
Right. But no, I think Cyborg, for the condition he's in, would you be joking around a lot if you woke up and you're half a face?
Well, not necessarily, but once he got his confidence, once he got his...
I feel like we're getting there. It's a work in progress.
Right, which I hope the guy delivers the booyah line a lot better than he did. Because he was just booyah.
I mean,
And Cyborg is more of booyah!
Yeah, I mean, I get it and all, but I didn't mind it for what it was. My biggest complaints with the movie, Steppenwolf. That is
oh my god, yes.
one of the worst comics. I mean, and I know it's going to be hypocritical because I'm I loved Hela, but she was just a one-off villain that didn't really show up in the movie.
Yeah.
Steppenwolf's CGI, see, here's the
difference.
Was
awful.
Hela was an actual person.
Yes.
Steppenwolf was not, and when you show him, and he honestly... He looked like a video game cinematic.
He did.
That was fighting them a lot.
And you can clearly see there's some shots where you can tell he was standing against the blue screen.
Oh, there were a few shots where spoilers, Superman comes back. If you didn't know that already.
Now you know.
Well, when he comes back, that shot with all of them looking at while he's staring at the destroyed monument, it has that shot of Flash, Aquaman, Cyborg, and Wonder Woman looking at him. That is such a blue screen right there. I'm why didn't you just go outside and put some cars in the background and just film it like that? Why is it a blue screen? It's
yeah.
But then there's CGI the Flashes that is phenomenal.
Right. I love. I said it before on a different podcast, but I'll say it here. I hate the Flash suit. I think they should have used the TV Flash suit.
Disgusting. You're disgusting. That leather suit, that leather biker suit, is not what a speedster should be wearing. If you really think about it, a leather biker suit or pieces of a NASA space shuttle designed to withstand that friction and speed. What makes more sense? If we're
the leather suit. Because you don't look like a Power Ranger.
He doesn't look like... Why does everybody say he looks like a Power Ranger? He does not look like a Power Ranger.
Okay, but, the other part I enjoyed was the interaction between Superman and the Flash.
Oh, that was amazing. Honestly, the
when he turned and, Barry's Barry realized he goes, oh, shit.
Yeah, he can... Shit. He's still slightly slower, but he can see him. That was kind of funny because it messed with his head. But speaking of, if I'm getting on some more complaints, other than Steppenwolf being, he shows up, oh, I'm evil. I really do wish that Superman's when he comes back, more spoilers here. When he comes back, he's kind of evil for like 5
Right.
minutes.
And then they bring
That
in
was
Lois.
really weird because when he comes back, he doesn't even apologize for kicking all their asses. I thought it was just a little weird. He wasn't like, "Hey guys, I'm sorry about earlier," but it was just weird. It was like he was evil, but he still knew who everybody was.
Right.
He remembered Batman and even said, "Tell me, do you believe?" Which
I was like, oh,
that was awesome.
That was fucking. I was like, yes.
That was awesome. But I don't know, just it was so weird because like when he came back, all the time nobody was like, "Is he still gonna like try to kill us?"
Right, and like. And they have the right to be like that because, like, Superman whooped their ass.
I mean, he destroyed Wonder Woman, who up until this point was like the most powerful one.
Exactly, and she's just like, oh shit, and like Aquaman's like, I'm not
into that sidewalk real hard. He throws Batman like a napkin. That was hysterical.
That shit, that whole line. So, do you bleed?
And then Lois shows up. She's like, "Clark, get down here," and he just tosses Batman like a napkin.
She's like, amazing. What the fuck are you doing, Clark?
It was just that. I liked the scene, but I wish it. Once again, it's probably that 2-hour thing.
Right.
They didn't have enough time for it, you know.
And I would have loved for them to bring in other Superman, but Lex Luthor was locked away, so you couldn't do a full all-on-out Superman, the death of Superman. By having Superman's reign, where there was other Superman taking his place.
Sure. And plus, it really wouldn't have made sense because they kind of just started.
Yeah,
and Ben Affleck's already like, "Oh, I don't know if I'm going to play Batman," and Henry Cavill's like, "Yeah, I'm only playing Superman one more time." Like,
and
what the fuck, guys?
And we could have had Shaquille O'Neal back as Steel.
Don't you dare!
We could have had him back as Steel. You know you love that movie.
What's up, Sparky? No, just no.
So, on a scale rating of 1 to 10, I'm going to have to give it a 8. So I enjoyed it.
You give it higher than Thor?
I give it higher than Thor. I thought,
really?
Because it was, I felt like it was, it was fun, but it had its serious moments. I think that's what fell flat with me with Thor.
Thor had no emotional impact.
No, it didn't.
That's my biggest complaint with Thor. No emotional impact.
So that's why I have to give it to Justice League. Justice League is an 8 over Thor.
An 8 over Thor. I'm going to give Justice League just about the same as Thor. Very, very high 8.
So it's tied.
It's about 50-50. Like, it's honestly, it might just be what I'm in the mood for, but I love DC and Marvel.
Right.
But something about DC has always resonated with me stronger than Marvel. That doesn't mean I don't like Marvel.
Their comics
DC's comics to me are better than Marvel's.
They are because
shoot me, okay, I don't care.
Well, Marvel is so focused on their movies and TV shows and stuff. They don't give that much attention to their comics. I mean, like they basically backtracked on the whole. They like, okay, whoa, we're getting a lot of negativity about Hell Hydra Captain America. Let's bring in another Captain America, kick that Captain America's ass, and everybody will be happy. So they're basically backtracking.
Well, and two, because I resonate stronger with DC, seeing the Justice League, minus Green Lantern.
Oh, yeah.
There is a Green Lantern in this movie, though.
There is.
For 4 seconds.
4 seconds.
In a flashback, and he dies in 4 seconds.
Yes, and his ring flies off to another person.
Open to stories there, but
hopefully it's Jon Stewart.
Seeing the Justice League minus Green Lantern and Martian Manhunter, of course.
Which I wish the end credit scene would have teased Martian. Because then like Superman would be like, oh shit. Because Martian is about one of the few Justice League members that can go toe-to-toe with Superman and not take his shit.
Yeah, but seeing the Justice League lined up was more of a geek-out moment for me than, oh, hey, it's Korg, or hey, it's Surtur from shit, Hella show. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's Thor and Hulk again.
Like, I don't know, just, seeing Thor, Hulk, Loki,
well, it's just like it's the same reaction when you went and watched the Avengers for the first time. To see all those superheroes together for the first time, that meant
and
a lot.
Maybe that's why I like Justice League slightly better. Once again, it's still a high 8.
Right.
But, if I'm going into decimals, I'd give Thor like an 8.7. Justice League would be like an 8.8.
Right.
It's that close. But in all honesty, I would probably watch Justice League more than Thor. But that's, once again, I love both movies. I'm not saying I hate either movie. I love both of them almost equally.
Right.
And I'm not being a fanboy or anything.
Right. Because I love DC and Marvel. I also love Image Comics. I love all the comics.
If DC makes a shit movie, Suicide Squad is one of the worst goddamn
yes,
things I've
Suicide Squad. Holy shit! Why?
Well, we'll talk. That's
Yeah,
later.
we'll talk about that later.
Iron Man 2 and 3, Thor 1 and 2.
Yeah,
not that great.
Right. We'll talk about all that later. Alrighty, guys. So we're gonna wrap up tonight. You can follow us on Facebook.com/LastLifePC. We will have the second episode uploaded to YouTube. This episode is going to be uploaded to YouTube and Facebook and to our Castbox once Castbox is up and running again. But the next episode, we will have a video for it, and it will be uploaded to certain parts will be uploaded to YouTube. But
we'll leave the full one on Facebook.
Yeah, you guys can listen to us here on Facebook. As always, thanks, guys. I'm Marcus.
All right, guys. I'm Jalen.
All right, and we are out of here.
See you guys.